नमस्कारः नमस्कारः। सो अस्माकम् अभ्यासः इदानीं प्रवर्तमानः वर्तते। कस्मिन् विषये? तुम् इति प्रत्ययः यत्र अन्तः अस्ति. So I am using some Sanskrit words which I am not sure whether you are following. So if you do not, please stop and ask. Yeah. Yatra, you know yatra, right? Yatra tatra, you know tatra. Tatra. There. Yatra means here. Yatra is like a
here and there. Yatra tatra.
No. Here is atra.
Oh.
Atra is here. Tatra is there. So, for example, when we say yaha, yatra is like where. Kutra is also where, right? Kutra is where. So this yatra is a little bit different. So, like
wherever.
When we say kaha and saha. When we say kaha.
Namaskar. Namaskara, Mahoday.
Namaskara.
Hello.
Namaskara.
Namaskara, Mahoday.
Namaskara, Bhagini. So, kaha balakah iti prashnah asti. So, prashnah evam bhavati. Kaha balakah asti chet uttaram bhavati saha balakah. परन्तु यः इति अपि एकं पदमस्ति. यः कथं तस्य प्रयोगः भवति? यः इति पदस्य प्रयोगः कथं भवति? तो उदाहरणम् अत्र लिखामि. यः कार्यं करोति सः किं भवति? सफलः भवति. सः उत्तीर्णः भवति. किमपि
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. नमस्कारः.
नमस्कारः. उत्तीर्णः भवति इति. यः कार्यं करोति सः उत्तीर्णः भवति. अस्मिन् वाक्ये यः इति पदस्य प्रयोगः कथम् अस्ति इति पश्यतु. यः इति पदं कथम् अस्ति अत्र? यः किमपि कार्यं करोति सः उत्तीर्णः भवति. मीन्स one who does something, he achieves something. So this, in this sense, यः इति पदस्य प्रयोगः अत्र प्रयोगः कृतः अस्ति. यः इति प्रयोगः. So here we do not say kaha. Kaha is the question. We do not know something, then we ask the question. यस्य विषये ज्ञानं नास्ति तस्य विषये कः इति प्रश्नपदस्य प्रयोगः भवति. तो उदाहरणं लिखितं पूर्वं. कः बालकः, कः पर्वतः, कः दीपः, अथवा किं नगरं, नगरस्य नाम किं, कः गच्छति, कः कार्यं करोति, वयं न जानीमः. कार्यं कः करोति इति न जानीमः. बालकः करोति वा पुरुषः करोति वा स्त्री करोति इति न जानीमः. तदा प्रश्नः भवति कः कार्यं करोति. परन्तु अत्र यः पदमस्ति तत्र ज्ञानमस्ति. अस्माकं कार्यं कः करोति इति ज्ञानमस्ति. केवलं वयं वक्तुम् इच्छामः यः कार्यं करोति सः उत्तीर्णः भवति. अवगतम्? Understood?
Yaha is this.
Yeah.
This karya. Is it like this?
No. Yaha means one who.
Yaha means
one who does the karyam. Now the rest of the thing you know already. Saha uttirnah bhavati, like this. Yeah. So this is like adding one who, not just who. Like one who or you can just say who also in the English sentence. Who, one who does the karyam or the work, he will become successful.
In Marathi, do koni.
हाँ, जो कोणी. So अन्यत् उदाहरणं यः, same thing, यः is a pullinga shabdah, like kaha, saha. So corresponding words are ya, strilinga, ya, like kevalam prashnah asti chet ka iti vadamah. Ya means one who is strilingam. अथवा yat इति नपुंसकलिङ्गपदं. So किम् इति अस्ति, किम् इति केवलप्रश्नः अस्ति चेत् किम्, किम् अस्ति तत्, किं दिनमस्ति अद्य इति प्रश्नः. अद्य किं दिनमस्ति, अद्य शनिवासरः भारते, शुक्रवासरः अमेरिकादेशे इति उत्तरं भवति. परन्तु वन हू इन दैट सेंस, तस्मिन् अर्थे यत् या यः, या पाठयति तस्याः नाम, या पाठयति तस्याः नाम किमपि शुभा. उदाहरणं वदामि, या पाठयति तस्याः नाम शुभा, मीन्स वन हू इज टीचिंग, हर नेम इज शुभा. यत् उदाहरणं किम्, यत् पतति, हाँ, यत् भवति तत् उत्तममेव.
कुत्र श्वानकः, तत् श्वानकः,
पानकः,
श्वानकः कुत्र.
यद्भावं तद्भवति.
यद्भावः, भाव इति पुल्लिंग शब्दः. So yat bhavati. So you don't know anything. You don't have to use another Napusakalinga word. This is just a generic, like how we use kim for generic what we don't know. Like that, we can use yat bhavati tat uttamameva. Means whatever happens is good. Good. So like that we want to say whatever happens, that is good. Yat bhavati tat uttamam. So here yat tat is a pair. Yat tat. So these are used in a pair in a sentence. Yat tat, yaha saha, ya sa, these are pairs. Ya tatra tishtati tasyaha nama lata, like that. Ya tatra upavishati sa mama shikshika asti, like that. So it is a pair usage. Ya sa, yaha saha, yat tat. Similarly, yatra tatra also, that is what we are discussing that, right? So these are all pair. Ya is like has to come with another pair most of the times, not always. Yatra deepah bhavati tatra prakashah api bhavati. Yatra suryah asti tatra dinam bhavati. So, like that we can use that. Yatra tatra means wherever there is a surya, there dina. Yatra chandra bhavati tatra ratri bhavati.
जिते तिथे, जिते तिथे, जिथे तिथे, जिकडे तिकडे.
Yes, it's jithe tithe. That's correct.
Oh, okay.
Like jaha waha in Hindi. Yes.
Okay, so what did we start? अस्मिन् कस्य विषये अस्माकं कस्मिन् विषये अस्माकं अभ्यासः भवति इदानीं. तुम यत्र शब्दस्य अन्तः, शब्दस्य अन्ते, शब्दस्य अन्ते means at the end. There are two different words. एकं पदमस्ति अन्ते, अन्यत् पदमस्ति अन्तः. Antaha means inside. Bahihi antaha, this we have studied. Right? Tasya bahihi, tasya antaha. Sorry, bahihi. Bahihi and antaha. Bahihi outside, antaha inside. These are viruddharthaka shabdaha. Shabdau. So, bahihi antaha. Bahihi outside, antaha inside. Now, but ante is at the end. On the end. So, yatra shabdasya ante tum iti shruyate अथवा श्रवणं भवति अनन्तरं यत्र शब्दस्य अन्ते त्वा इति श्रवणं भवति तस्य विषये अस्माकम् अभ्यासः इदानीं प्रवर्तते भवति अस्माकमत्र कृदन्तावलिः इति कोष्ठकः अस्ति कृदन्तावलिः इदानीमपि बहुकालपूर्वं केनचित् विद्यार्थिना निर्मितः कोष्ठकः उत्तमः अत्र आदौ प्रथमे स्तम्भे so first stambha is column and panktihi अथवा आवलिः is row so अत्र किं भवति प्रथमस्तम्भे धातुः अस्ति so what is dhatu is the root of a kriyapadam dhatu is the root this is like a root word base word from which all the kriyapada forms are derived so dhatuh अत्र वयं पश्यामः धातुं पश्यामः अनन्तरं किं भवति कॉलम डी किम् अस्ति अत्र आङ्ग्लभाषायाम् अर्थः अत्र अस्ति अनन्तरं कॉलम डी मध्ये किं भवति अत्र किमस्ति पठतु क्रीडतु इति आज्ञाप्रार्थना लोट्लकारः अस्ति अनन्तरं प्रथमपुरुष उत्तमपुरुष एकवचन बहुवचन वर्तमानकालस्य रूपाणि अत्र दत्तानि सन्ति पठति पठन्ति पठामि पठामः इदानीं J to M अद्य पठामः भूतकालरूपाणि सन्ति ओके अनन्तरं भविष्यत्कालरूपाणि अपि सन्ति कॉलम N P Q अनन्तरं किम् अस्ति कॉलम R अत्र त्वारूपं यत्र त्वा इति अन्ते अस्ति अथवा लेप् इति पूर्वम् अस्माभिः पूर्वं दृष्टं लेप् इत्युक्ते किं यथा संगृह्य आहूय आगत्य इति रूपाणि सन्ति अर्थः समानः एव त्वा अनन्तरं य उदाहरणमस्ति आनीय य इति अस्ति अन्ते य इति श्रूयते अर्थः समानः इत्युक्ते किम् उदाहरणं किं वाक्ये उदाहरणं किं भवति उदाहरणं पतित्वा इति शब्दस्य प्रयोगं करोतु वाक्ये कर्तुमिच्छति सुरेश महोदय वाक्यं वदतु पतित्वा इति शब्दः अस्ति तस्य वाक्ये प्रयोगं करोतु
वृक्षे फलं पतित्वा बङ्गनम् अस्ति वृक्षे
किं पतित्वा
वृक्षात् फलं पतित्वा वृक्षात् फलं पतित्वा बङ्गम् अस्ति
किमस्ति
बङ्गम् and broken
ओके भङ्गं भवति ओके भङ्गं भवति। वृक्षात् फलं पतित्वा भंगं भवति। भंगम् इति भग्नं भवति। तस्य भागद्वयं भवति इति अर्थः। वृक्षात् फलं पतित्वा भंगं भवति। उत्तमम्। इदानीं पतित्वा इत्यस्य अर्थः कः? पतनं भवति आदौ, पतनक्रिया नंबर 1 पूर्वं भवति, अनन्तरं तस्य अनन्तरं भङ्गक्रिया भवति। भङ्ग मीन्स् तस्य विभजनं भवति, अर्धभागः भवति। वृक्षात् फलं पतित्वा पतनकार्यं प्रथमं भवति, अनन्तरं द्वितीयकार्यं भग्नकार्यं। सो यत्र कुत्रापि त्वा त्वा इति श्रूयते तत् कार्यम् आदौ प्रथमं भवति तत् कार्यं। तथैव आनीय इति अस्ति। आनीय कुत्र? आनीय इति
शिलाखण्डः आनीत्वा काकः घटी उपविशति। घटी उपरि खण्डम् आनीत्वा आनय काकः घटी उपरि उपविशति।
शिलाखण्डम् आनीय काकः घटस्य
उपरि उपविशति।
उत्तमं, सुन्दरम्। उपरि उपविशति। तत्र किम् अभवत्? आनीय अपि अस्ति। आनीय, how did this become आनीय, not आनीत्वा? Because आ इति उपसर्गः. So only if it is ni, then it will be नीत्वा. नीत्वा means taking away. आनीय, bringing it, after bringing. आनीय, because there is a prefix here. These are called upasarga in Sanskritam. So upasargas are prefixes which are attached to before this kriya pada rupas. So aniya, so they change the meaning most of the time. Sometimes they don't change the meaning. Sometimes they enhance the same meaning. Sometimes they change that meaning totally. So for example here, aniya, neetva, taking away, aniya, bringing it, after bringing. So aniya, so anayana kriya purvam bhavati, anantaram upaveshana kriya bhavati, upavishati. So upavishati etat kriya anantaram. So samana artha.
What is the tumana root of upavishati?
What is the similar rupa?
Tumana root. Upavishati. I have written upavishatu. After it says, Saha upavishyatum jalam adavishati.
So, yeah, we'll see that once. So, anybody know on top of their head?
I have written Saha upavishyatum jalam adavishati. After sitting, Kakasha Jalastari down.
So, upaveshana kriya. Upaveshana kriya.
Sorry.
Yeah. Upaveshana kriya pratamam bhavati. Anantaram Lakshmikant Mahodaya.
He sees the water level is down.
Two see.
Mahoday, is it upavishtum?
No. See,
No.
remember that this tum comes if there is no upasarga. Upasargaha nasti chet. Aniya. Upa is also upasarga. Upa is one of the upasargas, prefixes. Upasargaha nasti chet tum upavishtum shtum iti bhavati. परन्तु अत्र उप इति उपसर्गः अस्ति.
Oh.
Where this tum word group we can get, because there are a lot of words.
No, okay, hold on. So, we'll see the dictionary. Upavishya iti prayogah bhavati atra. Idanim, so upavishya, but first main thing you understand, the difference between tum and this twa, tum,
Yeah.
or the words ending in ya, or okay, and this tum. I think there should not be no doubt. There should not be any doubt in that, right? Sandeha na bhavatu atra. Twa means the adav, kriya adav bhavati. Tum means kriya anantaram bhavati. So atra udaharanam asti Lakshmikanta Mahodayasya what did you say last one, Mahoday? Okay, jalam something you said.
Pashyati. Jalam adha pashyati. Adha pashyati.
Ghatasya upari upavishya jalam adha pashyati. So that is correct. Ghatasya upari upavishya means adav prathamam upavishyati anantaram jalam pashyati. So now that is correct. Now
But I was wanting to say, after seeing Kakah saw the water level is down.
after seeing water,
He sat on the ghati and then saw the water level is down. That is what I wanted to mean.
that's
He
okay.
first, after he sat on the ghati, he saw the water level was down.
Yeah, so that is fine. What you said is jalam adha asti iti pashyati. Ghatasya upari
After he-
upavishya. Ghatasya upari upavishya jalam ante jalam adha asti अथवा बहु adha asti iti pashyati.
Pashyati.
Now tum also
Mahoday, if I wanted to say, in order to sit on the ghati, he flew down, then how will I say? Will the tumun not come for upavishati?
tumun agacchati, tumun asti. So is there upavishyati asti
In order
or
to
nasti
sit
asti?
on the
So see, upavishya is there here, right?
okay.
What I wanted to say, he sat on the ghati and then saw the water level is down.
Yeah, that we already saw.
Here I
That
wanted
is
to use the tumno format.
which one? Tum. After means you have to use this one. After means you have to use this one.
After he saw the water level before, and then I'm confused.
Lakshmikant Mahoday,
What
I think, you know what, I think what he's trying to say, what you have to say, in order to see the water level, he sat on the ghati is what you should be saying. Otherwise, in order, the sentence won't come. I think what you're trying to say is, in order to see the water level, he sat on the ghatasya upari upavishati.
So how do you say
That's
that?
the only way tuman will. That's the only way tuman will come. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Bhavati.
In order to sit.
It is there.
Not in order to sit, in order to see.
In order to see.
No, in order to see.
In order to see. Pashyatum? No.
Drashtum.
Oh, drashtum. So, ghatasya ante jalam drashtum. Kakah ghatasya upari upavishati.
Yes, simple. Perfect. So only thing is that you may not be knowing drashtum because you know pashyati. You know pashyati. We have no pashyati. So look at that's why this koshtaka atra asti. Koshtake pashyatu. Koshtake pashyati athva pashyatu kutra asti iti pashyatu. Pashyati atra asti. You know pashyati because these are simple to or easy to remember, and we are using this most of the times. Pashyati, tejati, pibati, these forms. So that's why this koshtaka is there, and then you go through this row. So atra avalihi asti. Atra आवल्याम अथवा पंक्तौ पश्यतु द्रष्टुम इति अस्ति. इदानीं प्रयोगं करोतु. किं द्रष्टुं? घटे जलं द्रष्टुं काकः घटस्य उपरि उपविशति. So most of the things are there. I mean, on this koshtaka is quite complex.
What I wanted to or my sentence using upavishyaru in tumnu form. I cannot do. That is what I wanted to do. So it can be kakah agacchati and agacchata ghati upari upavishitu. I would like to form the sentence after whatever is like that. So I wanted somehow how to use this upavisha word in tumnu form.
In tum form, tum.
Tum form, tumnu form.
No, you can just if it is not possible, then why do you want to force it in the story? You can use some
not
other.
In this story, not in this story. Whatever I written is wrong, but in any context, if I want to use this position in tumnu form, how a sentence can become?
Upaveshtam. Somewhere you want to sit. You are going somewhere. Can you?
So I just wanted tumnu form of upavishtam.
Upaveshtum. Asane aham upaveshtum ichchami. Simple. I want to sit. Upaveshtum ichchami. So also some of the important things you should know about pronouncing and uchcharana vishaye तथा लेखन विषये अपि. तत्र अवधानं means attention. अवधानम् आवश्यकम् अस्ति. So I have seen somewhere. So what like for example here, pruchhati. Ru and the ru at the bottom. Tatra pashyatu. Pruchhati iti asti. Pashyantu. Pruchhati. So atra rikarah asti. Atha pakarasya anantara rikarah. Pruchhati. Pruchhanti. Parantu if you go to the right side, so here pruchhatu, pruchhati, pruchhanti sarvatra rikarah eva drishyate. Parantu अत्र किं भवति भविष्यत्काल अस्ति. परन्तु भविष्यत्कालम् अनन्तरं पश्यामः. भविष्यत्काले अपि भविष्यत्काले किं भवति ऋकारः न भवति रेफः भवति. प अनन्तरं रेफः. रेफः इत्युक्ते र न तु ऋ. प्रक्षति इति भवति। तथैव त्वारूपमस्ति पृष्ट्वा, परन्तु तुम रूपमस्ति प्रष्टुं, नाट् पृष्टुं। ऋकारः नास्ति अधः, प्रष्टुं। So keep that in mind. प्रष्टुं, द्रष्टुं, अत्र दृष्ट्वा अत्र ऋकारः, दकारस्य अधः ऋकारः अस्ति, परन्तु तुम अत्र पदे रेपः दृश्यते, रेपः। तो तस्य लेखनमपि उच्चारणमपि तथैव करणीयम्। ऋकारः रेपः, भिन्न उच्चारणमस्ति। So same thing you see here, some of the things here like shrunoti. So here shrunoti, ऋकारः अत्र अस्ति, परन्तु कुत्रचित् किं भवति, तस्य रेफे परिवर्तनं भवति। श्रोतुं, श्रुत्वा, तस्य ऋकारः नास्ति तत्र।
Where t comes and t comes. What is the rule for coming t, tum and tum?
Yeah, so that is a different study. It will need a couple of hours. So, but right now you can understand, for example, most like sh, yatra sh, shakarah asti, murdhanya shakarah, षण्मुख shakarah. So tatra after that ta bhavati chet, tatra ta bhavati. So like a prashtum, drashtum, that is a simple, common, simple thing to remember for now.
Okay. Very difficult to remember. But we should know the reference literature to find out.
Yeah. So one is shakarah yatra bhavati, tatra anantaram takarah bhavati. So that is one rule. It's not very difficult. But more than remembering, once you start using, then prayoga bhavati chet sulabha prayoge vakye. Prashtum, aham prashtum ichchami, prashnah asti mama prashtum ichchami iti karoti idani vakyam. Anantaram अन्यः विषयः अत्र यथा चोरयति, चोरयति नास्ति, कोऽपि चोरयितुं न इच्छति। पूजयति अस्ति, पूजयति, प्रेषयति। अत्र वर्तमानकाले य इति अस्ति मध्ये, यकारः, प्रेषयति। अत्र स्वीकरोति, अत्र क्रीणाति, पृच्छति, अत्र य इति नास्ति मध्ये, परन्तु तत्र पूजति इति नास्ति, पूजयति, प्रेषयति, क्षालयति, स्थापयति, अत्र य इति अस्ति मध्ये। यत्र एवम् अस्ति तत्र भवतु कथं भवति, तुम् रूप, अनन्तरं त्वारूपं पूजयित्वा, इ, don't write it as ya, पूजयत्वा न, पूजयित्वा, प्रेषयितुम्. So here also prakshalayitum, sthapayitum, sthapayittva. But this one is lya because there is a pra iti upasargaha. Pra is a prefix here. That's why this has become prakshalya. Only if it is chala, then the vartamana kala rupam bhavati kshalayati. Sa atva saha kim kshalayati, patram kshalayati, vastram kshalayati. Means cleaning it, chalayati. Vastram chalayati. Saha vastram chalayitva. Chalayitva. If it is only chala, saha vastram chalayitva karyalayam gacchati. Like that. But if you add prakshalya, then chalayitva tasya rupa parivartana bhavati prakshalya. So saha vastrani prakshalya कार्यालयं गच्छति. Then artha kshalayitva, then you add pra upasarga. If you add, artha bhedah na bhavati. So it is samana artha. Prakshalya kshalayitva. Samana means pra. If you add, it means little bit better. cleaning it in a better way. But it also enhances the beauty of the language. Bhasha saundaryam saundaryasya vardhanam bhavati. Bhasha saundaryam prakshaalya karoti. Prakshaalya karyam karoti.
Excellent. Sir, repeat the sentence, sir. Excellent sentence. Bhasha saundaryam vardhan.
Bhasha saundaryasya vardhanam bhavati.
Great.
So now, शीघ्रम् एव किं कुर्मः? शब्दकोशः. शब्दकोश इति धातुकोशः. शब्दकोशः धातुकोश इति द्वे पुस्तके स्तः और पुस्तकद्वयम् अस्ति. So this also I am just going to cover it here. Okay, anyway, so a little bit we'll do that. So the here on this website I already given the download here. In one of the emails पूर्व सूचना पत्रे लिखितमासीत् किमिति शब्दमञ्जरी धातुकोश downloadable. See avaropanam karotu download. Shabdamanjari already many of you have downloaded, right, before. So tasya shabdanam vividha shabdanam rupani santi. Yatha Rama, Hari, Guru, akaranta pullinga akaranta bahava shabdaha santi. But now there is another one dhatu kosha. In dhatu kosha you get the actual kriyapada rupani. So if you can download this, so in that, so this is that book. Pustakam asti. So this book, there are many dhatu kosha. This is one of them. Asmin pustake, asmin dhatu kosha pustake, dhatavaha. Dhatu means what we have seen. Dhatu is moola rupam of kriyapadam. So for example, Ramena iti padam asti chet, tasya moola padam kim? Ramena padasya moola padam kim?
Rama.
Rama. Akaranta pullinga padam Rama iti vayam janimah. So this is the moola padam. Akaranta pullinga nam padam. Tathaiva latayaha. Atra moola padam kim? Lata. Right? So tattu namapadasya vishe tat sarvam asti. Namapadasya vishe namapadasya kimapi rupam asti chet tasya moola rupam kimapi bhavati. Yatha nadyah अथवा नदीनां तत्र मूलरूपम् अस्ति नदी इति. तत्र नामपदस्य विषये, परन्तु क्रियापदस्य विषये किञ्चित् भिन्नविषयः. क्रियापदस्य विषये किं भवति? क्रियापदानि यथा भवति, भवन्ति रूपाणि सन्ति. भवतु, पठति, पठतु, पठन्ति. सर्वाणि रूपाणि पठतः, युध्यतः, युध्यन्ति. अथवा भूत्वा, कृत्वा, तुम अपि भवतु, भवितुं, कर्तुं. तुम रूपं, कृत्वा रूपं अथवा पठति वर्तमानकालरूपम्, आज्ञारूपं पठतु इति बहुवचन एकरूपं. तेषां सर्वेषां मूलरूपं भवति धातु इति. धातुः इति उच्यते. So धातु इति वदामः. So when we say dhatu, so dhatu kosha. So dhatu kosha, these are special books, specialized in the giving the form of dhatus, kriyapada. So to look at the kriyapada rupas, these are very useful. So if you, these are initially there are some introduction, and then if you, so this particular book, so this is arranged alphabetically. Alphabetically, not English alphabets. This is Sanskrit alphabets. A, I, E. So there are other dhatu koshas which might not give this in the alphabetical order. So you might be asking what order. So there are Paniniya Dhatu Kosha, original Dhatu Patha. It is not called Dhatu Kosha. Paniniya Dhatu Patha is there. There is another book which is supposed to be compiled by Panini Maharshi in about 6th century BCE. So that one gives just the list, not like all the forms, like it is just the list. So that one has grouped the dhatus in different groups. So there are 10 groups in all, group 1, group 2, group 3, by number, but they are actually named by the first dhatu in that group. So many other dhatu koshas actually, they follow that order. Some of them, they go by that order which was given in that Paniniya dhatu patha, not alphabetically. So that is one of the ways some of the dhatu koshas follow. And but this particular dhatu kosha, for our purpose, it is easy because alphabetically it is easy to find where is what. So if you look at this one, for example, but the one important thing is that one has to know the dhatu also. What is the dhatu for that? For example, if you know drushtva, what is or pashyati? Pashyati. We know pashyati is a common. Samanyatah vayam asmakas vayam kim prayogam kurmah vakye pashyati pashyati. Tasya dhatuh kaha iti jnanam अस्माकं भवति चेत् उत्तमं. तस्य धातु भवति दृश्यति. दृश्. So we have to know. So some of the dhatus are easy to know. For example, pathati, tasya dhatu asti patha. Then gacchati, for example, that is gam. But patati, that is pat. So some of them are straightforward, some of them they change. Not many of them they change, but some they change. Gam, drush, then tishtati. So there we have stha. Stha is a dhatu. But anyway, so that is like a little bit understanding, but understanding necessary. But once you know some basic or commonly used one, you can easily look into this. For example, if you can go back, you can, for example, arja is a dhatu. So arja. So you don't worry much about this. So this is a present tense. This is vartamana kalaha. So what are these short forms which is given in the earlier pages? We can go through this later. So arjati, this is the vartamana kala. Okay. This is bhavishyat kala, future. Then there are other things also. This passive is karmani prayoga, passive voice. Then there is arjitum. Yeah. Arjitum, the tum is given here. So here there is twa is not given. I don't know why. But anyway, so but you scroll a little bit up. So here archa. Arch is archapi iti dhatuh asti. So atra vartamana kala rupam asti archayati. So or is there this
here why it is given, sir? Sir, can I ask a doubt?
Yeah.
Why that pre is given?
Pre is present tense. So if you want to know what are these symbols and all that, you read from the beginning. So in the initial introduction, all these are given. Yeah.
Okay.
What it means? Pre is present tense. Archayati.
And pivot.
Huh? Pivot is
again
the
second sentence it is written.
Yeah. No, this is a different form. So we have studied only like a couple of forms. So these are different tenses. There are different tenses. There are totally maybe 10 tenses are there, and there is another karmani form is also there. So all these are given here. So but focus on what we need right now. Okay. So one is present tense, vartamana kalaha. Archayati is there. then arjati is there, and then archayatu is either imperative. This is ajna or prarthana, in that archayatu. So this imperative. Now there is, I don't know what is IP, but this is tva, archayatva. So you see that archayatva. Then archayitum, INF. Archayitum. Your English, what is that? You can find out at the top. But if you want to see the forms, these particular forms which you have studied, they will be available here in this Dhatu Kosha. So that is why for the simplification, which for day-to-day usage, samanya prayogaha bhavati tat sarvam atra koshtake asti. So this koshtake santi bahuni kriyapadani santi atra. So at least you should be first starting with this. This is a starter. But if anyone is interested, kasachit asaktihi bhavati, tada you can go to the asakti. Means for what? Asakti, interest in the additional new kriyapadas which are not here. Then you can go to that this one, Dhatu Kosha. Okay. Otherwise, for everyday use reference, this is there, you know. Otherwise also, as you progress, whenever you find time, in your free time, progress, and then later when you do that, it is very interesting just to read through this, Dhatu Kosha, even Shabda Kosha also. Just, it's very interesting to know what are the different roots and what are their meanings, just for the enhancement of the knowledge. So here you see anati, you see an is to sound or to say something to sound, anati.
We can download Shabda Manjari and Dhatu Kosha. These are available for downloading.
Yeah, I'll again include this. They are available on this website. I'll include the link again in the email. So anati, anati. So these are very, this is the root of our entire Sanskrit language. That's why they are called roots. Dhatuhu. Dhatu means actual Shakti, means Shakti. So that these are the basic, fundamental, very, moola of the entire Sanskrit language. So anati, where is this anati? This anati is used in many words also, like Puranam. In that Puranam, ana is there. And the ana comes from this root. Pura ana. Pura means in Purvakale, ana. Anati means vadati, like this, vadati like that. Anati, sound, vadati. Means it was said like this before.
Very beautiful Utpatti generation. Shabda Utpatti.
Yes. So for all that, the moolam is this dhatu. So it is very interesting to go through this. Anati, Purana, it was said like this before. Means it was Purva Itihasaha. Very old Itihasa.
Even Ramayana.
The main problem is that that script is slightly difficult to read. When you said anati, ana, I could not make out that it is ana. But even the next word also.
Right. Because these are little bit older lipi. Devanagari only, but Devanagari also has changed. Because this is a very old book. So once you know it, it will be easy. This no.
Next one is also ana, right?
Next also ana. So the form is a little bit different.
Okay.
So also one thing highlight. So also be very careful when lekhana vishaye tatha uchcharana vishaye. Don't take it casually or whatever, like it's okay. So be careful whether it is knowingly or unknowingly it happens. So for example, ba, bha, this is charana and writing also. Write them properly like ta, tha, ucharanam and writing. Like when you say nibandha, so write ni, ba and dha. Don't write this evam ma bhavati, bha ma bhavati, nibandha nasti, nibandha. संबोधनम किं भवति? राम आगच्छतु. So संबोधनम is calling somebody. So प्रथमा विभक्ति कुत्र भवति? प्रथमा विभक्ति रूपम यत्र वाक्ये कः कार्यं करोति तत्पदं प्रथमा विभक्तौ भवति, प्रथमा विभक्ति रूपे भवति. तथा रामः गच्छति, तत्र रामः इति प्रथमा विभक्ति. द्वितीया विभक्ति कुत्र भवति? कर्मपदं. तृतीया कुत्र भवति? यत्र उपकरणम् अस्ति तस्य, सः चमसेन खादति. चतुर्थी विभक्ति कुत्र भवति? सामान्यतः. These are all what I am saying is these are samanyatah, means usually. There are other uses for these vibhaktis also. Some of them we have seen, for example saha, and some of them we are going to see a little bit. But more than that, there are few more uses of these vibhaktis also, which we can study further in the additional classes later. So like guruna saha agacchati, that we have seen. Saha, wherever saha is that tritiya vibhakti. It is not a upakaranam or sadhanam tatra. केवलं सह इति पदमस्ति इति कारणात् अन्यत् पदमपि तृतीया विभक्तौ भवति. गुरुणा सह गच्छति, अनन्तरं पित्रा सह पठति, अनन्तरं चतुर्थी विभक्ति यत्र दानं भवति, अथवा दानं सामान्यतः दानं, इवन प्रेषणम् आल्सो. सः मह्यं पत्रं प्रेषयति, अथवा सः मह्यं दानं करोति. So like that. And then panchama vibhakti atra vichchedah asti, viyogah asti, parvatat nadi pravahati. Shashti vibhakti sambandha सूचक शब्दः, यथा तस्य कन्दुकः अस्ति, तस्य वाहनम् अस्ति. सप्तमी अत्र स्थानं भवति, क्रियायाः स्थानं, तत्र सप्तमी विभक्ति रूपं भवति. यथा शालायां सः पठति, पाकगृहे पचति. इदानीं सम्बोधनम् इति अन्यत् रूपम् अस्ति शब्दस्य. सम्बोधनं कदा प्रयोगः भवति? सम्बोधनरूपं यदा तस्य आह्वानं भवति, अथवा आमन्त्रणं भवति, सम्बोधनम्. अथवा सम्बोधनम् इति पदमेव सम्बोधनं भवति. सम्बोधनम् इत्युक्ते calling, आमन्त्रणं. राम आगच्छतु. This we saw last time, right? Or no? Anybody remember?
Mahoday, we saw last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So any question on this? Any question? Prashna अस्ति चेत् पृच्छतु. Hey is optional. Hey or bhoho. Hey kave likhatu, guru pathayatu, etc. Matah gayat. Okay. सम्बन्धवाचक समाप्तम्. इदानीं शीघ्रं मन्दम् उच्चैः शनैः. So these are simple सुलभाः शब्दाः. शीघ्रं मन्दम् उच्चैः. So these are used.
Mahodaya, एक संशयः. In case of Sambodhana, we are addressing elder people, we are addressing younger people. Any difference will be there?
No.
Hey Rama.
Not Ramah. Rama. Hey Rama. Visarga nasti. Hey Rama.
So I got one more doubt. I'm confusing. Where Visarga will come, where it will not come.
Visarga. So it all depends on padam. Padam kim asti iti drashtavyam. So padasya rupani kani iti kosthake santi tatra. That vibhakti tables are there. Right? So
yes.
Now
okay.
Rama,
in Pradama, I can say it is in Pradama we use Visarga, but in Sambodhana we are not using the Visarga.
No, तथा नास्ति. तत् केवलं राम अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्ग शब्दानां विषये एव. अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्ग शब्दः राम इति मूलशब्दः अस्ति. तस्य प्रथमविभक्ति रामः. संबोधनरूपं विसर्गः नास्ति. परन्तु अत्र पश्यतु, पितः इति सम्बोधनमस्ति, माता इति सम्बोधनमस्ति. तस्य पितः पदस्य प्रथमविभक्तिः पिता. परन्तु पिता माता, परन्तु सम्बोधनं भवति पितः.
Sir, see, Sambodhana will be always the root word. Ram is the root word.
Not always. Again, you need to refer to the Vibhakti table.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, if you look at this guru is the moola shabda, guru, and guru is sambodhanam. Pratama vibhakti guru. Guru moola shabda, guru with visarga, pratama vibhakti, guru is sambodhanam.
We have to refer vibhakti table. शीघ्रं मंदम उच्चैः शनैः. So here etani avyaya rupani santi. They don't change, so they are describing the kriya here. So kriyayaha varnanam अथवा क्रिया विशेषणम. So अश्वः शीघ्रं धावति. उदाहरणानि सन्ति सुलभपदानि. अश्वः शीघ्रं धावति. शीघ्रं means you know शीघ्रं, everybody knows शीघ्रं. वेगेन धावति इति अर्थः. वेगेन. अश्वः शीघ्रं धावति. So we use शीघ्रं as a way, like we don't say शीघ्रेण. If you use vega, then it becomes vegena because it is not a way. So here अश्वः शीघ्रं धावति. What is the other example? अन्यत् उदाहरणं किं? शीघ्रं पदस्य प्रयोगः. गीता भगिनी. शीघ्रं किं भवति?
बालकः पाठशाला शीघ्रं गच्छति.
बालकः पाठशालां शीघ्रं गच्छति.
रामः शीघ्रं वदति.
रामः शीघ्रं वदति. The next example, any question here? शीघ्रं. You don't want to spend too much time there. So शीघ्रं is simple. गजः मन्दं चलति. Now mandam is slowly. Mandam. शीघ्रं पदस्य विरुद्ध पदम् अस्ति मन्दं. गजः मन्दं चलति. उदाहरणम् अन्यत्
छात्रः मन्दं पठति. छात्रः मन्दं पठति.
कूर्मः मन्दं चलति. किमस्ति महोदय?
छात्रः मन्दं पठति.
छात्रः मन्दं पठति.
पितामहः मन्दं चलति.
पितामहः मन्दं चलति. Now, similarly, so you can use other places, not only chalati, like vrushtih mandam bhavati, deepaha mandam bhavati, anything. It's not only chalati. Chalati, dhavati, it is not only moving, it can be anything which is slow or less also. अथवा गतिः मंदं भवति. गति means progress. गतिः मंदं भवति. Then शिशुः उच्चैः रोदिति. तस्य अर्थः तु स्पष्टः. शिशुः उच्चैः, तस्य ध्वनिः अधिकः भवति. शिशुः उच्चैः रोदिति. Uccaihi is used like something which is top or high note.
Louder.
Loud. प्रश्नः?
गुरुः उच्चैः ताडति. गुरुः छात्रम् उच्चैः ताडति.
ताडयति.
ताडयति.
गायकः उच्चैः गायति.
गायकः उच्चैः गायति. भक्तः उच्चैः गायति. So uccaihi again is not, doesn't need to be loud. It could be high also. Like somebody is going at a higher level. So saha uccaihi chalati. Now note that uccaihi is a avyayam. It looks like a tritiya vibhakti. And it also tasya it also looks and acting like a tritiya vibhakti here, but it is not always, doesn't have to be in that sense. Tritiya uccaihi means it is like a vegena. It sounds like that, right? Uccaihi. But even in other vibhakti rupas, vibhakti cases also, same form is used, uccaihi. Udaharanani anyada pashyama, means in some other time. शिशुः उच्चैः रोदिति. बालकः उच्चैः वदति. भक्तः उच्चैः गायति.
Sir, can we say पर्वतः उच्चैः भवति?
Yes. Yeah. Anything high. Now.
Okay.
तस्य विरुद्धार्थः बालः शनैः अवगच्छति. शनैः is again slow.
Slow.
So what is the difference between mandam and shanaihi? Gajah mandam chalati, balah mandam avagacchati. No, technically it can be used. Tathapi prayoga shakyate, but there is a sukshma bhedah asti. Gajah mandam chalati means as a quantity, right? Like shanaihi, balakah shanaihi avagacchati means slowly he gets it. Means there is a progress. Slowly he gets it. Balah shanaihi avagacchati. If you say gajah shanaihi chalati, it is also correct. It's not wrong. But if you say vrishtihi mandam bhavati means the whole rain is less, is happening in a small amount. But when you say vrishtihi shanaihi bhavati, there is a difference. So it is happening slowly. Vrishtihi shanaihi bhavati.
Guruji, I have a question. For example, if somebody said gayakah uccaihi gayati, uccaihi, does it mean it's louder, or is also with a very high quality also can be said here?
No, not quality,
very nicely,
but just high. It doesn't exactly mean loud. It is high note or high, just high.
Okay.
तथैव अन्यत् पदमस्ति अत्र किमर्थं भवान् किमर्थं पठति मीन्स् प्रयोजनं किं पठनस्य प्रयोजनं किं किमर्थं कार्यं करोसि दिस् वी हैव ऑलरेडी यूज्ड राइट लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स एनी क्वेश्चन ऑन दिस किमर्थं भवान् किमर्थं पठसि रामः किमर्थं वनं गच्छति कृष्णः किमर्थं क्रीडति या फॉर व्हाट प्रयोजनं किं कार्यस्य प्रयोजनं किम् इति प्रश्नः किमर्थं सूदः किमर्थं सूदः इज अ कुक सूदः पाचकः और पाचक आल्सो कैन पाचकः किमर्थं पचति जनाः किमर्थं तीर्थक्षेत्रं गच्छन्ति सो भवान् किमर्थं पठति अस्य उत्तरं किं संध्या भगिनी भवती किमर्थं पठति नास्ति संध्या भगिनी ओके नागेश्वर महोदय
ज्ञान to get ज्ञानं
संस्कृत वाक्यं कथं भवति
भाषाज्ञानं
भाषाज्ञानं
भाषाज्ञान हाँ ज्ञानं तस्य so first you have to start with aham right aham so question is to you bhavan किमर्थं पठति अहं dash dash क्रियापदं किं भवति आदौ
अहं भाषाज्ञानं
एतत् dash dash इति अनन्तरं किं कुर्मः अनन्तरं तस्य पूरणं कुर्मः इदानीं पठ शब्दं कथं भवेत् क्रियापदम्
अहं भाषाज्ञानार्थं पठामि
पठामि
अहं संस्कृतभाषाज्ञानार्थं पठामि
ज्ञानार्थं सो दट् इस् इम्पोर्टेण्ट् सो तस्य उत्तरं भवति किमर्थम् इति प्रश्नः अस्ति तदा ज्ञानार्थं ज्ञान यू वांट टू यूज तस्य प्रयोगः भवति नाउ यू ऐड अर्थं टू इट ज्ञानार्थं
Mahoday, I have a doubt. In the earlier, you had used arja, where it is not arja, which is procure. So, can we use the tumun rupam to answer this?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Jnanam arjayitum or
yes, correct. Both are correct.
Okay.
Jnanam arjayitum पठामि अथवा ज्ञानार्थं पठामि
ओके
या उत्तमम् अनन्तरम् अग्रिमप्रश्नः अस्ति सूदः किमर्थं पचति
पचति is what
पचति
no you digest
no पचति अर्थः कः anybody पचति
कुकिंग
अम्बा पाकगृहे अन्नं पचति अम्बा महिला पाकगृहे अथवा सूदः अथवा पाचकः पाकगृहे अन्नं पचति so you should be able to understand right pachati is cooking सूदः किमर्थं पचति
सूदः खादार्थं पचति खादनार्थं
so here note when we want to add that artham khadanartham so most of the times these are all like we had the jnanartham right jnana there is a na there na jnanartham So this nartham will be there. So jnana artham. So similarly, khadana artham. Somebody has to mute. Okay. Jnanartham. Jnana artham. So that's the together is jnanartham. Similarly, khadana. So these words will be evam bhavanti. Khadana, then artham. Khadanartham. So aham kimartham karyam karomi. इति कोऽपि पृच्छति चेत् किं भवान् किमर्थं कार्यं करोति?
अहं जीवनार्थं कार्यं
धनार्थं
धनार्थं और जीवनार्थं
जीवनार्थं. सो सर्वत्र किं भवति तत्र जीवन नार्थम् इति भवति. जीवनार्थं जीवन इति पदं जीवनार्थं जीवनार्थं धनार्थं ज्ञानार्थं खादनार्थं भोजनार्थं क्रीडनार्थं क्रीडनार्थं. वनम् अत्र क्रिया का इति. रामः वनं गच्छति इत्युक्ते किं कार्यं करोति? गच्छति इति सम्पूर्णक्रियापदं. कार्यं किं करोति? So same sentence if we write it like this. तत्त्ववाक्यमेव रामः वन will add later a little bit later. रामः करोति. रामः करोति. Suppose this is the sentence. रामः वनं गच्छति. रामः karoti. Now change this gacchati. If you want to add this here, how are you going to add it? Kasya katham bhavati tasya parivartanam? Ramah kim karoti?
Gamam gamam karoti.
Gamanam.
Gamanam karoti.
Gamanam karoti. Ramah gamanam karoti. So this is so gacchati संपूर्ण क्रियापदम् अस्ति. बट इफ यू वांट टू ऐड करोति तत्र इदानीं गमनक्रिया भवति. गमनक्रिया. सो नाउ वी चेंज दिस गच्छति टू गमनम. गमनं करोति. सो सिमिलरली रामः पठति. सो व्हाट डू वी डू दैट? रामः पठति. तो रामः किं करोति?
पठनं करोति.
पठनं करोति.
पठनं करोति.
तस्य परिवर्तनं भवति पठनम् इति. when we add karoti or bhavati. रामः पठनं करोति. क्रिया पदस्य परिवर्तनम् अस्मिन् रूपे भवति. रूपस्य परिवर्तनं भवति गमनम् इति. यदा करोति इति पदस्य योजनं भवति तत्र.
Sir, are we free to use any of this method?
Yeah, you can use, but not then if there is a karma padam, then that will change a little bit, because here karma padam is coming for gacchati. Ramah vanam gacchati. Idanim, for example, take Ramah pathanam karoti. So if we just add Ramah pathati, then kim pathati saha? Ramah pustakam pathati iti vakyam bhavitumarhati. But now when we change it to pathanam, Ramah pathanam karoti, now the question comes, Ramah kim karoti is already answered here, right? Ramah.
Yes. I understand the
yeah. Now how are you going to put pustaka here?
Yes, correct.
No, but you tell me, how are you going to put pustaka here?
Here, patati only we can put.
No. Patati is gone now.
Pustakasya, right?
Pustakasya. Kasya pathanam iti prashna bhavati idanim.
Pustakasya pathanam karoti.
इदानीं वाक्यमस्ति रामः पठनं करोति. इदानीं प्रश्नः भवति कस्य पठनं करोति, नाट् किं पठनं करोति. right? Because kasya patanam, Ramah pustakasya patanam karoti. So there is the other words will change a bit. No, here also if you say Ramah vanam gacchati, Ramah vanaya gamanam karoti, that you can add. Vanaya, because he is going for Vana. Vanaya gamanam karoti. So these are alternate forms. We should know that we ask the karoti question there. So take anything like balakah dhavati. अस्य परिवर्तनं कथं भवति? बालकः धावति. So करोति इति क्रियापदं भवति चेत् अस्य परिवर्तनं कथं भवति? बालकः किं करोति?
धावनं करोति.
धावनं करोति. बालकः धावनं करोति. So these are alternate forms. This is also a namapadam now. It is not kriyapadam. So this dhavati kriyapadam asid because this vartamana kala rupam dhavati dhavatah dhavanti. So idanim asmin द्वितीय वाक्ये करोति इति क्रियापदम् धावति इति करोति इति क्रियापदमस्ति. इदानीं धावनम् इति नामपदं भवति. करोति पदस्य करोति क्रियापदस्य कर्मपदं भवति धावनम् इति. धावनं पूर्वं धावति इति क्रियापदमासीत्. इदानीं धावनम् इति नामपदं भवति. बालकः धावनं करोति. तो अत्र भावान् किमर्थं पठति, सूदः किमर्थं पचति, अस्मिन् वाक्ये एतत् रूपमस्ति. तस्य रूपस्य प्रयोगः भवति अर्थम् इति अस्मिन् योजनं करणीयं. धावनार्थं बालकः क्रीडाङ्गणं किमर्थं गच्छति?
This means continuous Vartaman Kala.
क्रीडितार्थं
Continuous Vartaman Kala. Dhavanam karoti. He is running. And he runs. Is it the difference?
Hold on, boy. I have to mute people. Okay, so I'll answer that. There was another question. Anyah prashna? Suresh Modi, kaschit prashna asti?
No, I was giving a response that you said you asked a question. Kimadam balakah kimadam. What I forgot the last word of the question. As I was giving a response that क्रीडितार्थं.
क्रीडनं. बालकः क्रीडति. बालकः क्रीडति इति. बालकः किमर्थं क्रीडाङ्गणं गच्छति इति प्रश्नः. बालकः किमर्थं क्रीडाङ्गणं गच्छति? उत्तरं किम्? बालकः क्रीडनार्थं. Because क्रीडन, suppose if you say बालकः क्रीडति, तस्य परिवर्तनं भवति बालकः क्रीडनं करोति. Right? बालकः क्रीडनं करोति. So that क्रीडन शब्द अस्मिन् वाक्ये प्रयोगः भवति with अर्थपदेन सह. क्रीडनार्थं बालकः क्रीडनार्थं क्रीडाङ्गणं गच्छति. As far as the Lakshmikant Mahoday's prashna, continuous present. So this
runs dhavati and dhavanam karoti. So first is Vartaman Kala and second is continuous Vartaman Kala.
तथा किमपि नास्ति.
Running is in operation.
No,
That's the difference.
Yeah. So I am पुनः वदामि एतत् पूर्वमपि अहम् अवदम् is भूतकाल, sorry. पूर्वमपि उक्तम् अस्ति. So I have mentioned it long back during present tense when we are studying bhavati, bhavata, etc. Again I will say that, and please register this very clearly in your mind, because this is a very widespread misuse and misprayoga in today's Sanskrit world most of the times. So just pay attention clearly. So there is no separate form for continuous present tense in Sanskritam. Okay. So when we say Kridati, Gacchati, there is only one Vartamana Kala in Sanskritam, because Vartamana itself means present. So do not compare with other language grammars, number one, and try to make a parallel of it in Sanskritam. And the other type of prayogas which have been wrongly introduced and being used by many people, they are absolutely incorrect. The attempt there is to bring a similar sense in our mind, that when we say in other languages, not only English, in our other Indian language also, there is a different form for continuous present, right?
Yes. Padto ani padat ahe.
So that is what we are trying to enforce on this Sanskrit language, which basically in its form it does not have it. So, but somehow we are trying to use the Sanskrit words to make the sense in different other forms, including this. One of the examples is this present continuous, which is widely spread, which is, I'm very disappointed, very sad about it. So are we going to use Sanskrit words? Like, are we here to study Sanskrit words and use these Sanskrit words to speak Marathi language or English language or Telugu language or Kannada language, whatever language, Russian language? No. So let others whatever think, but my goal, as my understanding of studying Sanskrit, is to study Sanskrit language, not Sanskrit words. Right? So the premise here is to study Sanskrit language as a Sanskrit language, not just to be familiar with some few Sanskrit words and use them to speak other languages.
Not as translation.
Right.
Okay.
So there is.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So this is one of them is this present continuous. Yeah. So there is no separate present continuous form. So that does not mean that how did, like, Sanskrit has a history of millions of years. I mean, at least other people agree. At least the historians, which are like modern historians, they agree it has a history of at least 10,000 to 20,000 years. Forget millions, because the Vedas themselves, which are like 75,000 years old to 30,000 years old at least, they themselves are fully, completely in the full bloomed. It is not like a elementary language state. They are fully, completely developed linguistic status is there in the Vedas, which are the oldest ones. So even if you take that state, and from there, like 75,000 years to today, so the question comes, how were people making the sense in the present continuous, right? Though there is no different form in Sanskrit for a present continuous sense. So when we say pathati, pachati, there is only one Vartamana Kala. So However, were they not using in that sense the language? Yes, they were using. But I can. But today I don't want to go because that is a different form. So because we need to know some krudantas and all that. So I will not touch that form. But there is definitely those prayogas are there. That present continuous tense. Though obviously this pathati, pachati itself, all these simple one form of present tense itself also can mean present continuous in Sanskritam, and they are like that. The prayogas are like that. In addition to that, there are other ways to convey the present continuous tense in Sanskritam language. But these modern times, that has been twisted, and some strange prayogas have been introduced to bring that sense into Sanskrit language, which no more remains a Sanskrit language. It is not a Sanskrit, it is a Apabhramsha language, it is a Bhrashta language.
Okay.
So please remember this Sanskritam. Why do we call it Sanskritam? The Sanskritam language, Bhasha, tasya nama kim? Sanskrita bhashayaha nama kim? Bhashayaha nama kim? So yaha Telugu bhasha, Marathi bhasha, asyaha bhashayaha nama kim? Hello? What is the name for this language? What we are studying?
You're asking the meaning, Mahoday?
Not meaning. The name.
For communication.
No. The name. Like we call Telugu as a Telugu language, like Kannada as Kannada language, like Marathi, Gujarati language. What is the name for this language we are studying?
Sanskritam.
Yeah. So why do we call it Sanskritam?
It is a refined language. It is refined to exactly suit the situations.
So it is a Sanskritam. So there is no actual name for the language. It is the Sanskritam is a anvarthaka, means it is a meaning for the language. It is not the name for the language, right? So the language doesn't have a name. It is a Sanskritam, means it is a well refined. That's it. It is not a specific. It's not a Russian language, Mali language, this language, or a name for the country. It's not. Hold on, so somebody has to mute.
Sanskritam.
Yeah. So there is no actual name. So there is no name because it is really nice. So we are calling it Sanskritam. Nageshwar Madhav, please mute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there is no name actually for this language. We are just calling it Sanskritam because from the beginning it has been called Sanskritam, because there could be other languages out in the world, and this was a nicely structured, the structures were properly formed, and we call that group, or call that the whole thing as a Sanskritam. There is no name for it. So, in my opinion, that well-structuredness has to be maintained. Then only it can be called Sanskritam. Otherwise, we just memorize few words, few sentences, and we just use it to talk whatever we want. So it doesn't remain Sanskritam. That's what I'm trying to say. Understood? It doesn't remain Sanskritam.
It is something like.
Yeah.
It is something like Sanatana Dharma.
Yes, exactly. There is no name for it. It is just an acharanam. It is just a way. It is just a paddhati. It is just how it is formed. It is a formation, Sanskritam. Similarly, what is the lipi for this language? What we call Sanskritam. What is the lipi? It is no lipi. No script. So every language has a script. This is no script. So it is a Anadyananta Bhasha. It is a boundless, because it cannot be bound in a certain script. It cannot be bound in a certain way of
So
country.
it is
or people.
oral language. Oral language.
Yeah. So लिपि नास्ति. लिपि किमपि लिखतु. कन्नड लिप्यां लिखतु, मराठी लिप्यां लिखतु, देवनागरी लिप्यां लिखतु, ब्राह्मी लिप्यां लिखतु, तेलुगु लिप्यां लिखतु. वस्तुतः पूर्वतन ग्रन्थाः सर्वे अन्यासु भाषा लिपिः यदस्ति, तेलुगु लिपिः अस्ति, तस्मिन् लिप्यामेव अस्ति, तस्यां लिप्यामेव. तत्र पुरातनग्रन्थाः, संस्कृतग्रन्थाः देवनागरी लिप्यां न सन्ति बहवः. So there is no particular lipi. Now we are using Brahmi, this one, Devanagari. So don't confuse the language with the lipi, or in parallel with the other way of using of other languages also. How do I say that? How do I say this continuous Sanskrit, continuous present? Why do we want to say that? Because there are other ways to say that. Sorry, that was a bit digression, but because that is very dear to my heart, so I digressed to that.
Sorry, please.
No, it is not sorry. It is good that you brought it up, and it is important to know. Otherwise, what happens? The teaching also becomes like that, because many books they use such nonsense usages. And then the people they continue with that tradition, because you as a new learner, you don't know, right? So what is right, what is not, what is there, is not there. So whatever is presented, you take it. So again we are down to 10 minutes. So this is what we have seen. Okay, I will just touch base on this. This is simple to understand. Sulabha asti avagantum. Next one we will do next time. But this one, vartamana kalaha ajna prarthana ichha. So this etat purvam patitam asti अस्माभिः. तो किं पठितमस्ति? वर्तमानकालस्य रूपाणि. प्रथमपुरुषः एकवचनं. So this we have seen, right? So who else is there? Can somebody read this? Koshtakam patatu. Karta Mohoday.
प्रथमपुरुष एकवचनं सः भवान् लता पठितु पठति.
अस्य अर्थः कः? मीन्स् यू कैन यूज एनी ऑफ दिस. किमपि अत्र प्रयोगः भवति. सः पठति इति वर्तमानकालः, अथवा आज्ञाप्रार्थना इच्छा अस्मिन् अर्थे सः पठतु, अथवा भवान् पठति इति वर्तमानकालः, भवान् पठतु इति आज्ञाप्रार्थना अथवा इच्छा भवति. अतः सः भवान् एतद्विहाय लता अथवा कः अपि अन्यः, कापि अन्या अस्ति, लता उमा किमपि अस्ति, सः भवान् अथवा रमेशः सुरेशः गिरीशः किमपि अस्ति, सः पठति अथवा पठतु अपि भवति इति रूपं भवति. वर्तमानकाले पठति, आज्ञा प्रार्थना इच्छा इति पठतु इति भवति. अनन्तरं बहुवचनं भवति. अत्र किमस्ति? ते पठन्ति, भवन्तः पठन्ति.
लताः पठन्ति या वा लताः पठन्ति.
तो पठन्ति बहुवचनरूपं वर्तमानकालः इति वयं जानीमः. पठन्तु इति बहुवचनं आज्ञाप्रार्थना इच्छा. तथैव द्विवचनं कथमपि. सो वी हैव सीन दैट बिफोर, राइट? द्विवचनं कथं भवति इति. तौ पठतः, भवन्तौ पठतः, लते पठतः इति. लते इति आकारान्तस्त्रीलिङ्गस्य द्विवचनरूपं, राइट? तत्र
वर्तमानकाल पठतां
पठतः इति वर्तमानकाल द्विवचनं आज्ञाप्रार्थना इच्छा द्विवचनम् अस्ति चेत् पठताम् इति भवति पठताम् so तौ पठताम् let them read two of them तौ पठताम् भवन्तौ पठताम् you too भवन्तौ you know bhavan is you in pullingam and bhavantau pullinga you too patatam. So these are the like then the uttama purusha aham pathami vartamana kalah, then ajna prarthana ichha in that sense aham pathani means let me read aham pathani. So you can also use this in a prashna kim aham pathani, right? Kim aham pathani. So what does this mean? Only aham pathani means let me read or I want to read aham pathani. Kim aham pathani, should I read?
Can I read or should I read?
Or can I read? That's fine. Kim aham pathani. So can use that. So you can also use pathami, that is also fine. Kim aham pathami, that is also okay, but this adds a different flavor. Kim aham pathani. So tathaiva vayam patha.
In Uttama Purusha also we have Patani represents both Agnya and Prarthana, or is it specific to Prarthana?
Yeah.
I can't answer myself.
If you are Agnya ordering to yourself, you can use Patani.
Okay.
So generally when we use should, it is like a Agnya, right? Should, I should read. So when you want to aham pathani, I should read.
It is ichha.
Ichha also, it can be ichha also, aham pathani. द्विवचने आवाम इति शब्दः अस्ति आवाम पठावः आवाम पठाव इति वर्तमानकालरूपं देन् आवाम पठाव इति उत्तमपुरुषरूपं. सो वयं पठामः इति बहुवचनरूपं वर्तमानकालः and visargarahitaroopam, no visarga, is vayam pathama iti ajna prarthana ichha. Udaharanam kim bhavati vayam shalam gacchama. We should go to the school, like that. Now this is the general Kosthaka astra asti prathama purusha, like he, she, it, or bhavan, or any other, pathati or patatu, vartamana kala. Now, same madhyama purusha, this one we have not studied, right? So, asmakam abhyasah jataha prathama purusha vishaye, anantaram uttama purusha vishaye, aham tata saha bhavan ityadi vishaye. Parantu madhyama purushasya vishaye abhyasah na jataha. Tvam iti madhyama purusha rupam bhavati, tvam yuvam yuyam. तो मध्यम पुरुषस्य अभ्यास किमर्थं न जातः इति प्रश्न. So either we can study this, but and we can use that one option. But tvam अस्य अर्थः भवान् इति पदेन अपि अर्थः भवति. भवान् and tvam, they are same, right? Bhavan is masculine or pullinga shabdah bhavan and strilinga shabda bhavati, but arthah samana tvam eva. So in the initial stages arambhika stare asya abhyasah na avashyakah. So if you want you can study separately, but in the initial because initial stage in the arambhika stare asmakam laksham asti parichayah bhashayah parichayah tatha संभाषणे लक्ष्यं तत्र संभाषणम् उत्तमं भवतु. कानिचन वाक्यानि लिखामि, लेखनस्य प्रयोजनं भवतु इति केवलम् अस्माकम् इदानीं लक्ष्यम् उद्देश्यम् अस्ति अत्र अभ्यास प्रथमस्तरस्य इति कृत्वा. So this madhyama purusha parishasya abhyasa na avashyaka. Why should we unnecessarily study it when we can do these similar same meaning samanarthaka vakyani atrapi bhavitum arhati bhavan iti padasya prayogam krutva मध्यमपदपुरुषस्य एव अर्थः भवति. So unnecessarily remembering is memorizing this is not necessary. आरम्भिकस्तरे अनन्तरं पठतु. परन्तु आदौ भवान्. So when we want to say you study, so we don't need to use tvam patha. You study. So tvam patha also means same, or you are studying means tvam patasi, you are studying. So same meaning we can use it. Bhavan pathati, not patasi, but bhavan pathati or bhavati pathati. So we can just skip this. Now what about this one? Bahuvachanam. So we'll come to Dvivachanam later. Bahuvachanam katham bhavati, same. So Bahuvachanam, you can use Madhyama Purusha, all these forms, but same meaning is used with Bhavantaha in Pullinge, and Strilinge kim bhavati? Bhavati iti Strilinga Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam Strilinge. Bahuvachanam katham bhavati? Bhavati shabdasya bahuvachanam katham? Nadi shabdavat. Nadi shabdasya rupam katham bhavati? Nadi iti prathama vibhakti ekavachanam. Bahuvachanam katham?
Nadyah.
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 Bhavati katham bhavati tada? Bhavati shabdasya bahuvachanam?
Bhavatyah.
Bhavatyah. So we can use bhavantah or bhavatyah. Bhavantah pullinga विषये पुल्लिंग संदर्भे अनन्तरं भवत्यः इति स्त्रीलिंग संदर्भे. So when we want to say bhavatyah pathanti, bhavantah patanti, tasya artha samana. So we don't have to use madhyama purusha. So bhavan pathati, bhavati pathati, bhavantah pathanti, bhavatyah patanti. So this is one less thing to study and remember. So just use bhavan, bhavantah, bhavan, bhavati, bhavantah, bhavatyah, or ekavachanam, bahuvachanam, strilingam, pullingam to mean you. Any questions?
Sir, suppose in a class there are girls and boys mixed. Here you have to use UM, isn't it?
Not necessary, because we can use just bhavantah as a common word. Pullinga shabda asti, bhavantah, but we can use it as a common word. But do not take it as like a discrimination or anything. But that is how the Sanskritam, there is a Vyakarana rule is also there. So we can use Pullinga word when there is a mixture. Bhavanta is
then what will be the purpose for this UM, what will be the purpose of the creation?
No, there is no purpose. This is also an alternate form which is widely used it is also used in Sambhashanam also, and as well as Sahitya also, in literature also. But this is an alternate form is there, which means the same thing.
Or Strilinga Bhavachani Bhavantahi
Bhavatyah.
Ne, Bhavachanam.
Bhavatyah. So again one side, right? Bhavan Pullinge, Bhavan ekavachanam, Bhavantah is bahuvachanam. Strilinge Bhavati ekavachanam and Bhavatyah bahuvachanam. Okay.
Dvivachanam?
Dvivachanam अत्र अस्ति भवन्तौ. पुल्लिङ्गे स्त्रीलिङ्गे किं भवति? भवान् एव वदतु.
भवत्यौ.
यथा नदी शब्दः अस्ति, नदी नद्यौ, भवति भवत्यौ. स्त्रीलिङ्गे भवत्यौ पठतः etc. Now now this tvam, there is also another misconception circulating. that Bhavan is like a respectful addressing, like saying Tvam is not respectful. That is another thing going around. So, which is not right as far as the Sanskritam is concerned. That is no such thing is there. Tvam, Yuam, Yoyam. They are also respectful. Bhavan is another one. Bhavanto, they have the same meaning, but the root words are different. When we generally nowadays when you say Tvam instead of Bhavan, some people get offended. They're calling me Tvam. Tatha kimapi nasti. If they know general Sanskrit better a little bit, also it's a mindset. It's a mindset.
For small kids, we have to talk only with the respectful way. What?
See, one thing I remember this. See, again, one thing about this. Let me clarify. Yeah. So one thing, let me clarify it. So this, again, this is a superimposition of our other languages onto Sanskrit language. This is another superimposition, projection.
Okay.
That this whole thing that hold on, I have to keep on hunting the noise makers. Yeah. So that is why when I said last time, start studying from the other side. Like start studying looking into the Sanskrit literature on the how the Sanskrit was used and supposed to be used, rather than projecting other things onto Sanskrit. Like this whole thing, that one thing is that continuous present tense is one of them. The other thing is the idea of respect. So we are too much engrossed in this respectful words and what we say respect. So Sanskritam is a respectful. The whole thing is respectful. And yeah, I mean, and it is like that. If you read anything, Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata, anywhere, in one sentence, both the words come. Like Tvam also is there, Bhavan is also there to address anybody, or address Krishna or Arjuna, anybody. So it's nothing like there is a one respectful. But nowadays it has become so much because of the culture has changed and all that. So we are hung on to this respect thing. If there is somebody respectful, some different word, honorable, something like that. Yes, there are words like that in Sanskrit. It's not like that. But as far as Tvam and Bhavan is concerned, they are not like that. So there are other words, like we use Mahabhaga, Mahodaya, they are respectful. There is a few other words also, Sriman, Bhagavan. These are respectful. So nobody should feel that if we use Tvam, it's like a lower level. Or if there is some kid, how do I address them? If there is my guru, how I address them? So, Tvam is good enough, and we can add Mahabhaga, Sriman, Mahashaya. There are so many words are there, very nice words. We should not be getting entangled into this. And more than that, even more ridiculous thing is, nowadays people are using Bahuvachanam as a mark of respect.
I want to ask one thing. So whatever small changes you are telling, so whether these class recordings in audio, video will be available after the classes are ended, or it will not be?
No, they will be always available. They are on YouTube. And our class that page will also be available. It will not be taken down. Additionally, all these recordings are also available on YouTube. That is a separate channel. So they will be always available as long as YouTube lives.
And this is to whatever you are talking with all the tinges or sukshma thing, that can be again remembered.
Yes.
Revised.
Yes, I'm purposely going on record here. So, yes. Yeah, these are important things. I mean, so that is my concept of using Sanskrit. If other people are, how they use it is up to them. But Sanskritam has to be used as Sanskritam. Not don't bring your other bag and baggage into this. अस्तु इदानीम् अद्य विरामः भवति समयः जातः
नमस्कार महोदय धन्यवादः शुभरात्रि
धन्यवादः महोदय
धन्यवादः महोदय
शुभरात्रि
Before conclusion, I want to ask something, sir.
Hold on.
You are given the email Krasanda